I would not drink that in the summer. That's my perfect. That sounds like a perfect winter drink for me, though. Love those imperial stouts that hit pretty hard. Coffee notes.
I had one last night. It's delicious, but you can really only do one.
I think the way to drink it maybe this season is, put it in a nice mug, heat it up on the stove a little bit, get a little warmth to it. Maybe put a nice metal straw in and just sit in the sun and let God work its wonders.
Pour it down your pants in the sun.
Yeah.
That's how it should be done. That's how all drinks should be done.
If I'm not mistaken, that's pretty much the premise of the movie that we're looking at today. Welcome back to Rabbit Troop Sucks. Hey, we're Rabbit Troop Sucks, and we're not mixologists, but we could be, and we'll talk about it. We're back here with Zombeavers from 2014, and as always, we are a podcast about obscure, forgotten about, and often overlooked films. I am Paul, and next to me is Mike.
Yo.
There is Lamar.
Hello.
There is Jeremy.
Greetings and salutations.
And there's Colin.
Hey.
And we've all been privy to Zombeavers 2014. And
oh, this is a hoot, guys.
Yeah, and if you didn't catch on, Mike drugged us all with Zombie Mix. And it's blue. Mm-hmm. And I just started having a couple sips of it. These guys have been drinking amounts.
the correct amount.
I don't know.
Hefty amounts.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, boy.
You're drinking blue. There's some green in here, some red. I mean, it's a very colorful movie.
Yeah.
Jeremy, have you seen Zombeavers before this?
No, this was the first time I've ever seen it, and it is the best 1 hour and 12 minutes of my life.
That's correct.
Yeah.
This movie, Jeremy is not really exaggerating. This movie clocks in at 1 hour and 17 minutes. So if you want a really quick, fun romp, this is the movie to do it. Yeah, and Colin, you have not seen this movie, correct?
Correct.
Well, let's talk about Zombeavers. A fun weekend turns into madness and horror for a bunch of groupies looking for fun in a beaver-infested swamp. Looking for fun in a beaver-infested swamp. I was just getting ahead of myself because there's really not much more to the story of this. A bunch of people go to a cabin.
Like a cabin.
I saw that description as well. Groupies?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Swamp?
Oh, they look like groupies.
Well, I mean, they're just girls. Like,
Yeah. Let me redo.
I like those shorts.
Let me redo.
Maybe those are like groupie shorts.
I see.
Let me redo this. That we could add to that, Jeremy. So I will re-alter the summary. We'll re-edit some IMDb. A fun weekend turns into madness and horror for a bunch of girls and Daisy Dukes who like to swim and have a lot of fun and unfortunately are surrounded in a zombie beaver-infested swamp with a bunch of a-holes too that they call their boyfriends.
okay.
Zombeavers 2014.
It wasn't really a swamp either, but
It's
I guess
it's kind of
It's
swamp.
not a large body of water.
They keep saying lake.
I would call that was a generous pond.
Yeah, they keep saying lake, and it looks really crappy.
I would not have swam in that.
Jeremy,
I don't swim in
that's what
bodies
Paul
of water.
said.
That
Yeah, well, listen, Jeremy and I grew up together. Like, this guy and I have gone into, like, weird creeks and weird places. And Jeremy, I said the same thing. I'm like, I would not have gone to swim in this. I was like, that's snake country 101. Like, you know that for a fact. Like, it's been undisturbed for, like, 8 months. Like, no one's really going around most of these areas. And you're just, like, jumping in. No.
I'll tell you what, that is nicer than anything that I ever swam in when I was growing up.
Wow.
Also, one of the characters later notes, like, I don't know anything about beavers, etc. Like, what kind of animal are they? I also don't. So, Jeremy, if I saw some, like, massive beaver dam, I also wouldn't swim towards it and try to intentionally mess with it.
No, you don't want to do that.
Right. Like, so there's, like, a lot of things there. But, yeah, Jeremy, I'm glad you're on board with the the crap pond. You just wouldn't be like, that's some kind of water I want to get into. It's like Funny Farm where he pulls out that eel.
You guys are wusses.
No way, man. There's Zombeavers in there. Jeremy and I would have lived.
Yeah, dude. I've been around Zombeavers enough to know to stay away from water.
I wouldn't
like
have
that.
lived because I would have been in that water immediately.
Yeah, this movie's got a little bit of a cult following. I feel. I really don't know much about anything to do with anyone. The writer and director and the writer's brother also wrote this, and they were like involved with Terrifier 2, and a lot of it's in the writing and scoring of the movie. So And they do some of that here too. And beyond that, it's some people I've never seen before. And Bill Burr. You get a cameo from Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
People you've never seen before, Paul. That's the fucking bad guy from Cliffhanger. God damn it.
Oh, no, I was going to say, the one we get is Smith with an E or a Y. Yeah, we get,
Y, yeah.
we could have done a drinking game, but yeah, that was going to be my little surprise, Jeremy, that in a sea of nobodies, and I don't mean that negatively to anyone in this cast, I don't know any of these people. I've never really seen them, but yeah, you're going to get some Cliffhanger cameo, and that's really it.
Damn, you should have told me not to fucking ruin that.
Oh,
Paul.
no, it's
God,
fine. It's,
mess it up.
That's it. Podcast is over.
and Bill Burr.
You know, the voice of the Beavers is a pretty famous voice actor.
In sync?
Is it Vin Diesel?
No, I can't even pronounce his last name.
Okay.
It's like the Fred Tatasciore. He's in a ton of stuff. You would totally recognize him if you.
Is
saw
this
him
where
on
the
list.
budget went? They just
God,
Guys, we got Fred. We got Fred, everyone.
No, wasn't something. There's something in the trivia, but I mean, take it always with a grain of salt with IMDb trivia. Something to do with NSYNC and the Bear.
Wow.
If you look it up,
No,
like,
I
they're
didn't.
credited as like being the bear.
Wow, that's crazy. You said
This is the first movie I didn't read the trivia on IMDb for because I wanted to remain magical for me.
Wow.
That's great. Definitely not. I know, Jeremy. Sometimes you're like, I showed this to my kids. I would assume Zombeavers.
No, yeah.
You said this movie had a cult following. I never heard of that.
I think
before.
a
Is that
little
the thing?
bit. It's I feel been growing, and Colin has noted on the side that he has heard within other podcasts and other situations this movie recently.
Yeah, it's come up a handful of times in the last 2 months.
One
And
of
so
those
I thought it was a new movie because it had come up so recently a handful of times. And so I was pretty surprised to learn it was a decade old at this point.
I've got a little backstory with Mike and I in this movie. On the week of its release in 2014, Mike came over to my house, and it was like, I think a Friday or whatever. I don't know if it was exactly my birthday, but it was like the week of my birthday. And Mike came over, and I was like, hey, let's watch this. I'm going to watch this. Let's have a couple drinks, and we'll watch this. And my mother-in-law was visiting. My wife and I were not married at this point in time. And at some point in time, and I know exactly when in this movie now, but like about 15 minutes in this movie, I think Mike and I were like, oh, let's just pause this and let's get some drinks. Like, we don't have drinks. Let's get up. And at the point in time, my wife and I were living in this condo, and the kitchen was very close to us. So it was like nothing. Like, the TV was in, viewing distance. So I quickly paused it. We're making drinks. And my mother-in-law, who is awesome, she loves sci-fi movies. Not a real big horror fan, but loves sci-fi movies and other stuff. We're like, oh, you should watch this with us, because I thought like there might be a chance. I was like, I think it's supposed to be more funny than anything. And she's like, yeah, what kind of movie is this? And I kind of explained. She's like, I think I'm good. And then Mike and I sat down, and I looked up, and it was the scene where Zoe is just topless on the raft. And I paused it, like just, tits out. She's on the raft. And I guess this is just like on my TV for 10 minutes. And like, my mother-in-law clearly saw this. And
Right. We're having a conversation with her about it with the tits happening.
Right. And then I sat down, I was like, oh, well, this is just like the background screen for the last 10 minutes.
Hey, do you want to watch
good.
this softcore pornography with us?
What kind of movie are you guys just sitting
Couple
there watching?
bros watching a. Oh, fun trivia. Whatever that chick's name is, she's from Colorado.
Hey, all right.
She should be on the show.
Yeah, I'll ask her.
A local gal.
Well, she's from Castle Rock.
Let me know what weekend that is.
Okay.
Too far away.
I don't.
That's
Castle
the
Rock
weekend
doesn't count.
I'll be in.
Courtney Palm. This is Jeremy.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this movie starts, and Bill Burr is with a guy. Does anyone know who the other guy is?
No, he was funny though.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was like another comedian of note. I mean, I clearly
He
saw
was
him
just
as
like
one.
low rent Bill Hader, basically, for me.
Yeah.
Based off the.
Wait, wasn't it John Mayer?
Was that John?
Oh, that
Mayer?
is John Mayer.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Well, John Mayer is low rent Bill Hader.
And then that was the trivia that this is his film debut.
Yeah.
They didn't ask him back.
Really?
He was so undercover, he mystified all of us except for Colin.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah, he's got this crazy mustache and long hair.
I mean, even if he didn't, I don't know that I would have picked him out as John Mayer.
See,
Yeah.
the problem is every time you guys have seen John Mayer, you haven't pictured him with a really fake mustache.
Every time I see John Mayer, I try to leave or do something else.
I don't know. When he was on the Chappelle show, John Mayer
Okay, he was
awesome.
pretty good in the Chappelle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think John Mayer, you see these kind of sparks. Like, I don't know what to say about John Mayer. Mike and I and Colin, as noted, like we play a lot of music, and John Mayer might not play the style of music, but like this dude's like leading the Grateful Dead for the last like years and years, and I mean that. I think there's a lot to say about that, and I do feel you see these flares of his sense of humor. So I like John Mayer.
Yeah.
Might not be playing the music that I'm into, but I think from what I'm seeing, this guy might be kind of fun.
Yeah, he probably. I mean, him in the Chappelle Show is basically just him making fun of his music.
Right, and that's why I'm like, if you got that sense of humor, like, good for you. Like, and seriously, like, good for you. Like, that's awesome.
And I also feel that this opening scene is just him and Bill Burr fucking around. There's no script at all.
Oh my God, yeah.
Which adds on to the comedy.
Right, that's fun. So, like, we're all like, that other guy was cool. And we're like, it just happens to be John Mayer. So we're like, that's fun. He kind of looked like Andy Samberg undercover.
Yeah, I can see that, definitely.
Yeah, so, you know, they're just talking a bunch of shit, and they're driving around, and Bill Burr is on his phone messing around.
You see that deer?
There's a deer. Yeah, I see
Yeah,
that
I
deer.
see the deer.
Yeah, that pumpkin shit. It's in the back of the freezer. Jeremy, you'll have to watch a Bill Burr Saturday Night Live skit. It's all about beer and pumpkin ales.
Oh, that car dealership or the car commercials. Not that.
It's
Well, he does that too, but
Yeah.
Is Bill Burr not a fan of pumpkin ales?
No, it's
No.
a fake Sam Adams commercial from SNL, and it's good.
Yeah.
it really is.
Unlike the beer. Yeah. You see that deer? Oh, I saw that deer.
And he plows
He
right
plows
into the-
right into the deer.
Already dead deer. Right
Yeah.
from the get-go is zombie.
Yeah, this deer explodes all over the truck.
Well, before we get too far into it, what did you all expect from Zombeavers? Like getting into this, and what was your film intake? What were you thinking? What was jingling the mind grapes?
Having never seen this movie and saying, "Hey, we're gonna watch Zombeavers one of these weeks," I knew nothing about it. I'm just thinking zombie beavers, and that was it. Nothing else. So
Yeah.
I'm
Did it
expecting,
disappoint on that aspect for you?
Yeah, 40% of the movie, yes, because I feel like it took way too long to get to him, and we'll go through that as the movie goes on.
To get to those zombeavers.
To get to the Zombeavers, we have to go through the minutia of teen drama bullshit to set it up.
The whole movie is kind of like a tease, you know?
There's a level of tease that a particular movie like this could go for, and it teases way too much for what it is.
That's fair. But keep in mind, it's barely over an hour.
That's
And what would you
it
also
felt
say?
longer. It felt longer.
Would you say it's a tease? God damn it!
Yes, I
It's
will.
a tease. God damn it.
It is.
Those are little critters. God damn it!
He should have just played the same character, and that would have been fine for me.
Oh,
Kind
yeah,
of feel he did.
Yeah, well, but yeah, I mean, less goddamn.
The humor in this movie is fantastic throughout. I don't care what anybody says. I laughed the entire hour.
Jeremy, I'm with you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean this movie. So let's go for the Rami shout outs. Should you watch it amongst friends? Absolutely. If you don't, it's still an hour and 17 minutes, but you're gonna get a lot more out of it with a group of friends in a room. But yeah, I mean, this movie just seems like it was a lot of fun to work on, I would say, overall. It's ridiculous. There's even a blooper reel right before the credits. That's clearly highlighting that, especially all the effects units and the people working on it were having fun. The whole thing seems ridiculous. Everyone was in the know. So yeah, I think people might just see this and be like, oh my God, this is just like a low budget film. It is a lower budgeted film where I think a bunch of people who knew what they were doing with a limited budget they had made a silly movie for funsies.
Yeah, like when you searched for Zombeavers on, what was it, Tubby that we were watching it on?
The Tube,
Yeah.
Tubi.
It brings up a bunch of like other similar movies, and I guarantee you this movie is infinitely better than every other movie on that screen.
There was a lot of just extreme soft porn,
you mean like
core porn applications in the title.
4 MILFs versus the werewolf or whatever the fuck that one
Sure,
was.
like one was like zombie animal hookers, like straight out, like
Oh, there we go.
Don't forget the other.
That's weird.
I think there's like 2 or 3 cannabis ones, like Weed Warrior. And
Yeah, there was a lot of weed stuff.
Weed wolves.
Well, this movie is definitely better with weed.
there
I'll tell you
there
that.
is no I in cannabis.
Can you bust?
Colorado.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Oh my
You
god.
don't.
Mike just did a little jig.
I'm still doing it actually.
Just remember, Lamar, what I told you the Buble was the other day. If you don't remember, I'll tell you.
Ah, damn it. I kind of remember. Yeah, you're going to have to remind me.
Okay.
Isn't that
Text me.
the sparkling water you buy at Target?
It could be.
Oh, wow.
That's something else.
I can't wait to hear about this.
Well, yeah. They smash into a deer.
Yeah.
They're carrying a bunch of radioactive containers.
Yeah, just in the back of their pickup truck.
I had a couple questions about this
Sure.
too.
Yeah.
Like these are radioactive containers.
Yeah, like
and
Donkey Kong
I feel
barrels.
like if I were like the person loading radioactive material and this truck pulled up, I would have some questions.
Like, is there a different truck that we could...
I think the answer you're looking for, Jeremy, is those people got what they paid for.
That's true.
I want these barrels out of here. You're going to get paid in cash money, and you're going to leave my premises right now. And they're like, fantastic.
Right. Yeah, okay.
That was the situation.
Maybe they're like, what are in these containers? And he's like,
I don't
dirty
know.
green goo.
I don't remember.
They're like, all right, load them up.
And the person goes, playing hardball. Let me sweeten this with a couple McDonald's coupons that you gentlemen could get on the way home. A little frosty there for you and your friend.
Well, they mentioned stopping by Arby's for...
They did.
Nice.
Yeah, so...
Big beef.
Based off their banter, I'm guessing that's exactly how they were coping into driving around this radioactive barrels of whatever.
Yeah,
Barrels of fun.
barrels of fun, yeah.
As they
That's what was in those
Big
barrels.
old
Fun.
beefy fun.
as they hit one of the deers, one of them rolls out of the back and rolls downstream.
It's probably just like an industrial container of Arby's cheese.
It probably could have been.
It was horsey sauce that had gone off a little.
It's the tainted sauce.
Later on.
Sauce is what it was.
The more I'm unpacking that in my mind, the worse it's getting.
Yeah.
Well, you'll never go back to Arby's.
Many layers,
Well, let's move on.
like an awesome blossom.
This barrel falls off the truck, lands in a body of water,
Yeah.
and now we follow this barrel
Yeehaw,
on a journey.
It goes on a
for
journey, yeah.
5 minutes.
We're going through the rapids.
Yeah.
Through a
Yeah,
credit
this- and
sequence, I like
I
that.
gotta be
Yeah.
honest with you, it travels through some beautiful country.
Yeah, no, it's getting a little tour. We also have kind of like
Got
an
little
Archer
stamps.
sort of credit thing going on.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah, I said it was reminiscent of like the 007.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I mean,
spy
that's
movies.
it's all referential to something.
It was like 007 meets Mark Twain.
Yes, exactly.
It was a riverboat journey through the Mississippi.
yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
to somewhere else, far away.
Old
is the zombie taking hold?
river.
Yeah, but we're losing Paul.
The old man. The old miss.
The old man. The old man.
Pretty soon he'll be the undead Paul.
Well, that's what the zombie's for.
That's true. Well, contamination.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff happens, and now we're introduced to our
Our lady trio.
the heroines.
We have Jen, Zoe, and Mary. Mary is driving the car. Zoe is in the back seat with her dog. And Jen, who just broke up with her boyfriend because he cheated on her, Sam, that's the boyfriend. Jen is very, very upset about this.
Yeah,
I-
she was crying on the toilet at the public restroom.
I'm gonna take the stance that I am actually Team Zoe, not for the first 10 minutes, but 10 minutes into this film, I am Team Zoe, start to finish.
The minute
So-
she took her shirt off.
kind of,
Yeah.
kind
and
of.
Zoe's the one that was in the back seat or driving.
Back
seat,
seat,
yeah.
seat.
With the
Okay.
dog. The kind of,
Yeah.
the very much the bitchier one.
Yeah.
I had them labeled as breakup,
Yeah.
slut, and the nerd.
And Slut's the one with glasses.
No,
right?
no, nerd is the one with glasses.
Obviously.
She's driving.
Okay.
That's Mary.
Slut glasses.
Okay, yeah,
and
Mary.
Regular.
Okay, no, so we're kind of on the
Yeah.
same page then.
There we go.
Well, all right, time out.
What do you have him as?
Why is she the slutty one?
Well, because all
Yeah,
she
why is
is
Jen the slutty one?
well, I mean, in the car, all Zoe's talking about is
That is
fucking.
all she's
the
talking
one
about.
guy, her
Zoe,
boyfriend.
Zoe in
Well,
the backseat.
Zoe in the back seat. Exactly.
And
That's
I didn't
her
label
nickname.
her slutty until
Wait,
she
you
took
talking
her
about Zoe or Mary?
Zoe, and then she took her top off, and she just seemed to be the only one. She
Right.
just seemed to be part of the party girl.
Yeah, she is. I mean, slut isn't a bad.
Yeah,
You're
it's-
making this dirty.
Exactly.
It's a good thing.
Thank
She
you,
was
Mom.
my favorite.
Well, I'm gonna slow it
all
down.
right.
So while they're in the car,
slow it down.
while they're in the car, I don't like Zoe at all. I think she's very annoying. She's
In the
like,
car, I don't like any of them.
well, yeah. I mean, but she is like the most outwardly aggressively mean one for no reason.
Sure.
And she's like, I don't know why she's on the trip to begin with.
I mean, I'm kind of on Team Zoe already because I would have been doing the same thing. Like, why the fuck are we doing this, you guys? This fucking sucks.
Yes. So when they get to the cabin, I immediately warm up to Zoe because now, like, her whole attitude is directed exactly what Mike is saying. Like, in the car, I'm like, come on, like, what's your problem? Like, you agreed to go. But when she gets there, she's like, wow, I'm gonna swim in a shit swamp, and this cabin kind of sucks, and everything sucks around here, and I don't have any, like, internet and various other things. And I'm like, yes, now I'm on board with Zoe. Then Zoe, yes, you guys are going to be like, she takes off all her clothes. I like that she takes off her clothes because from that moment, it is very clear. Zoe is like, I don't give a shit about you or anyone. And she just makes that abundantly clear. I'm like, you're the most fun to watch now.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of starting as I think her name's Mary, the glasses. I think she's the one who organized this.
Yeah, it was
her intention was okay. She wanted to just have a weekend getaway with
Why is she
friends.
bugging?
Well, because she fucking feels bad, as
Nope.
we'll find out later.
And she has rules:
Yeah.
no boys, no texting. Just get out with the friends and bond. It was supposed to be that, and these other girls aren't feeling it. So
I know, it's
kinda
like Mrs. Vlunerschnitzel, like overbearing, like mother woman at like the co-ed dormitorium. Like, get out of here, everyone! I organized
That old
this.
lady was hilarious.
Mrs. Vluner.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Mary is the next door neighbor.
Yeah.
Is dope, but Mary is Mrs. Vlugerschnitzen.
Oh, I gotcha.
Like,
I
like
gotcha.
come to my party, but don't bring boys.
once they get
But
to the
bring
cabin,
boys.
I switched to Team Zoe when
Yes.
the tits come out.
Well, I mean, listen, she sold you guys tits out, and that's fine. But she doesn't give a shit for the rest of the movie about anything. Outside of doing what she wants. Mm-hmm. Dope.
Yeah,
Spring break ahoy.
making the best of this shitty weekend.
Yeah. What kind of break are that? Is it summer break, spring break?
I have no idea.
I think it was just like a weekend.
Yeah, I don't think
Weekend
they
break?
Yeah.
they were taking. They were just
Yeah.
ditching
They had to
school.
be at the-
They had to deal with some stuff.
Dude, when I was in
Yeah,
college,
they
like
have to do shit on
weekend break
Monday.
was like, I went to a movie.
Yeah, Just go down to Arby's.
They're going to like the family, like the house.
Right. It was her cousin's shitty cabin.
You don't have a cousin with a cabin out in the shitwoods?
I don't know. I don't know where the fuck my cousins are.
They surely don't have cabins in the shitwoods.
How do I get there? I drew a map to the shit woods.
Apparently, down the river from the shitwoods, you can just get fucked up by zombeavers, as we saw this kid who
Oh, the number one dad.
wearing a hat that says "number one dad." I'm assuming. How old was this kid?
12.
He was a kid,
It
right?
doesn't matter. He was number one.
Yeah.
This is just a scene.
Oh, that's number one.
Yeah, he's fishing, and then he got.
Well, he caught that fish, and Mike's right. That was number one.
That was number one.
Yeah, great.
Guys.
Then
that's also
then
number
the fish got him. Number one.
That was also number one. Yeah.
also for Jeremy, number one man. Hello, Manborg. It's me.
I have
number
no
one
idea
man.
what you're talking about.
He's the number one man.
You're my number one.
Okay. Well, so there's illusions of things happening.
Grandeur.
Illusions of grandeur. Yeah.
Beavers.
Grand beavers.
Great.
Okay.
I like how when they get to the cabin, the little dog who is, God, I love that dog, just immediately goes and pisses everything.
Yeah. It was probably trying to improve the smell of that place.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I was Team Zoe. That was her dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she also the first thing she did was just let it out into the field.
Mhm. Yeah, she's like, go dog, run.
Yeah, it's your
You'll be
your
fine.
place now. Yeah, go hunt something.
I mean, I don't really blame her on that.
I was amazed it came back.
Yeah, a dog that small out in the woods. No, you don't let that thing out.
Yeah,
Fucking shit
snake
out
Joe.
there.
Yeah.
Well, no one really expected Zombeaver.
Yes,
That's true.
I mean, I read the title. I expected Zombeaver.
We all expected something.
Yeah.
We meet the neighbor lady who's awesome.
Yes, the neighbor lady.
She has a,
Yeah, Mrs. Gregerson.
Mrs. Gregerson. She's like, you ladies seem nice, but kind of slutty. I have a daughter who sucks. She's pretty ugly. This woman's contempt for her daughter was pretty great.
Yeah, it's because Zoe is being an asshole to her. She is really talking back like she's some backwoods idiot. And then Mrs. Gregerson really turns it around on her. Like, I have a daughter like you.
Yeah.
She's an asshole too. And then she's like, don't worry about it, Mary. Like, I know their type. You're like, oh man, Mrs. Gregerson's awesome.
Yeah, not pulling any punches.
And then invites him over for breakfast. She's
Yeah.
like, I don't care if you're rude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come hang out.
They're not going to go for breakfast.
All right.
Big beef!
Is that what's for breakfast?
Yeah.
For someone out there.
The big beef is coming though. It's coming later in the movie.
Griddle?
Yes. Well, now it's time to go swimming. So this is where we have our first tits appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where your hands smell like celery.
What?
Sure. Okay. Is that what you think tits smell like?
It's a sign, Jeremy.
Boobs?
I see.
Jeremy's texting me under the table.
You hurt me. You hurt me with that one.
I don't know what's happening.
It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so boobs come out.
Yeah.
They're gonna go for a swim. The girls are looking at this lake like, yeah, this is shady, dude.
Mighty fine.
Yeah.
Mighty fine lake.
Yeah.
Even they. know about this.
But yeah, they go. They get in it, and Jen wants to go beaver hunting.
Yeah, well, they see the beaver dam.
Yeah, so yeah, what the hell? Okay. So you
It's
see
a big dam too, man. Where'd
Yeah.
all that lumber come
So
from?
you see a massive beaver dam. Let's just kind of also assess the situation.
Mm-hmm.
You're wearing bikinis. You're not like even wearing shoes or swim shoes or anything.
Yeah.
So you're like, let's swim over there. We have nothing. It's pretty massive, and Zoe's like, let's just like knock on it and wake some beavers up. And Jen's like, yeah, totally. Like that's fantastic. Like, why? Why would you even attempt that to begin with?
Well, because to quote the nerdy one, I just want to see a beaver.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And thus begins the beaver jokes.
And to quote Arby's, big beef.
Yeah. They've got the meats. All beefs included.
Right.
The beaver meat.
That's why your
Yeah.
hands smell like barbecue.
So
Yeah.
this pond that they were swimming in, what are the chances that the only reason it existed was because the beavers had built a dam in the river nearby?
I mean, that's reasonable.
No, there's no incoming water
Yeah.
source to this pond.
Exactly. So it's like
It's statistically impossible.
it's
man.
like coming off from like the
can't happen.
river. Yeah, it's
Well, the
nuts.
beaver dam, I don't think was real either. Like it looked CGI.
Oh, really?
When you were like looking.
Oh,
yeah,
I know exactly.
Yeah.
beavers don't build dams like that, man. Yeah, it was like a CGI dam.
Okay.
Colin, also it's called a beaver dam because sometimes they just don't give one.
Yeah.
That's why they
true.
build it.
Oh,
They,
yeah.
they go to a shit pond. Mm-hmm. Like I'll show these ladies.
Yeah, you can tell they don't give a damn because of the way that their little beaver house looked.
Right.
It's a lodge.
Oh, that's
It
my
is a lodge.
apologies. I put my apologies
the
to
beaver
beaver
lodge.
kind everywhere.
And I'll tell you what, that lodge contained a shitload of beavers.
Yeah.
Big beaver.
Because that's where that is also where, that's where the river came into, I guess, because that's where the barrel wound up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
And they
makes sense.
stumble upon this barrel.
Right.
Well, there's also a bunch of green shit all over the dam.
Yeah, the goo.
Yeah.
Right. And if you plunge your hands deep into the green goo, Jeremy, then you could smell the real soup mix that you want. That's what they've been looking for the whole time.
I got you. That's where the celery comes from.
Yeah. That's why your hands smell like celery. Maybe carrots. You're making a beaver stew.
Mirepoix.
Yeah.
Go flat
Their
first.
pelts. We're gonna collect their pelts.
Yeah.
I wonder if if zombie beaver pelts would be worth more than just regular beaver pelts.
Probably you could make a chastity belt out of them.
I don't know. Have you seen how mangy they look?
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Full of
pay
holes. Yeah.
full of holes and
That's
just
what gives them their value,
falls
though.
apart.
Their rarity.
Holes like this story.
That's true. This story has lots of holes.
Don't talk them about. They have names, Paul. Don't just.
Gee.
Oh man.
Back due to technical
the beavers.
difficulties.
Yeah. What the fuck's happening? Oh yeah, they're fucking around, and they see a bear.
It's a bear.
Yeah.
It's a bear.
In Sync, did anyone look that up? In Sync the bear?
Do you think it's the same bear from
you-
Without a Paddle?
That nice.
I don't know.
That'd be nice.
That's a paddling. A beaver paddle. Pelton. Dr. Pelton. This is Principal Pelton. Colin to the principal's office. This is Principal Pelton.
Not again.
This is gonna be one of those.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to edit the shit out of
This
this.
is yeah. This is a
This is going to be the longest episode to movie ratio.
yeah. This is we've got ourselves another candy cane
Yeah.
killer.
Yeah, it's a short movie.
Whoa,
You gotta fill it.
whoa, let's just not be, popping the box
Yeah.
Candy King Killer.
Pop in the box happens a little bit later in the movie.
The Jack in the Box.
That's what happens at Arby's.
Yeah. Spin it around again.
Yeah.
Jack in the Box happens at Arby's.
Jeremy, I don't know if Jeremy read the trivia on this, but all she wants to do is dance.
I heard all that she wants is another pizza.
I heard all she wants to do is have some fun.
Ooh. Dance.
You're all over the place.
What do you think Mr. Smith wants? Because that's who they stumble up on.
He wants to
He
scare
wants-
away a bear is what he wants to do.
No, he wants 3 little heifers. Is what he wants.
Yeah,
Little
that was a weird comment. He's like, he walks up and sees 3 younger women. So this guy we have last seen, as Jeremy noted, cliffhanger. God damn it.
Girls, I'm looking for 3 cases.
Yeah. So, so this guy wanders up. He's like, well, what do we have here? 3 little heifers. What?
Yeah, is that the line you want? Is that complimentary to him?
When you're out there, it's the line you have.
Yeah, I guess it's all he knew.
When you spell your name like he does, I think that comes with his territory.
with a Y.
He
Did he spell heifer with
Yeah,
a Y?
my name's
also?
Smith with a Y. And it is. If you look up on IMDb, that's how he spells his name.
Son of a bitch.
Smythe.
Smithy.
Smithy.
And
Yeah.
all Smythe,
Smith tune.
all they want is heifers.
Yeah. Well, he's
All
got a
she
type.
wants to do, Jeremy, is dance.
Well, he shoots a gun off, scares the bear away. They're grateful. Zoe still has her tits out, which he's pretty excited about.
Well, she's covering him with her hands.
Well, you
like
know,
her
but
little
he
hand
you
hands
know.
now.
Well, there's also
The
a little,
implications.
well, there's also like a little twist too in like his morals. He's like,
Yeah,
you
there's
really
families. God
you,
damn it.
well, it's like you need to cover up, and Zoe's like, I get it, and Mary, overcompensates. She's like, oh, I got it, like she lost like her bikini and blah blah. He's like, no, I'm talking to all of you, like showing your stomachs, being in a bikini, like he gets like super pilgrim on them, ultra pilgrim.
He's like, there's families out here, little children here.
There aren't, by the way.
There are
nobody
not.
here.
There's just him and them.
There's nobody.
Save the maze.
Praise it even.
Praise the maze, you say, Lamar.
Praise and save it. Praise,
Praise the
and save
maze.
the
Rabbit
maze.
Troop Sucks 2024.
Is that the phrase?
29.
Maze.
Sure, it's coming soon.
I'm putting in a transfer to a different podcast.
That
Is that something? Is there paperwork for that?
Yeah, reform.
He's joining the Amish one where they actually just talk to stalks of corn.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
corn.
They talk about construction paper puppet shows.
like through stalks of corn. Just like 3 guys in like a corn field.
Just corn tied by the husk.
Did you see that play performance by Jebediah last week? Harsh, Fred.
That's the one. Okay.
God damn it!
Jeremy just
All right,
smelled his
so they're going
fingers.
swimming.
He
They're
knows
out
what
on the,
celery
uh,
smells like.
Well,
Aren't they out
well,
on
they
the
were going swimming.
kind of raft now?
now that they went home.
Yeah, they were.
Oh, they did go
They're
home.
berated by Smith,
Yeah.
so they had to go home.
They said, we just wanted to find a beaver. They wanted to see a beaver, and Smith said, ain't we all? And then they went home. And they were playing like Truth or Dare or some shit, talking about being sexually assaulted by each other's fathers for some reason.
Yeah, that was
That
just like
turned
super.
fast.
Yeah,
Well,
more-
one of
Yeah.
the girls' fathers is apparently hot, and the girls want to get.
So they
him.
want to bang that dude. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well,
that's called a beaver daddy.
the beaver daddy, yeah. That situation resolves itself pretty quick because all of their boyfriends show up, including the one that Breakup is pissed at because he cheated
Sam?
on her. Whatever.
Sam is the definition of pud in a leather jacket.
Oh, is Sam?
Yeah,
Sam's
what
the
is
boyfriend.
was he the guy wearing the hat?
No,
The-
That weird hat?
Well, that's Buck.
that's Buck. Yeah,
Buck is
Buck.
Buck is dating Zoe. Sam
Okay.
Sam cheated on Jen, but we'll find out a little secret twist in all this. And
Okay.
and Mary is dating Tommy.
I got you now. Everything's squared away.
Yeah, so,
No,
so they,
you got it now.
they show up at night. They're playing Truth or Dare. The games get weird, and suddenly there was a tapping, and it's boys. And then Mrs. Luder van Schningledix is like, "Oh, boys in the neighborhood."
yeah.
Something like that.
It was just like that.
No, that's pretty much how it went down.
Yeah.
It was in the, boy. Tommy.
The gang is
Yeah,
all
doesn't-
here.
The
now.
gang's all here.
Buck needs to get his dick woken up, though. Isn't that why he's there?
Well,
Yeah.
Buck.
is that what he's
Gotta wake that
Buck
dick up.
I had a
Wild,
note about
Buck
that.
Wild friend.
Yeah.
His name is Buck,
He
and
wants
he
to get
likes
his
to
dick
party.
woke up in the bone zone.
Well, Zoe also wants to wake that dick up.
Everyone-
She said so.
I mean, it's been
they're on the
asleep.
same page.
Yeah.
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 And that's why they're such a strong couple, because they're both
Yeah.
on the same wavelength.
They both hate sleeping dicks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's rough.
You know what they say about sleeping dicks lie? Like letting them.
You should
Yeah,
or
just-
don't. It's like
Google it.
someone sleeping.
Google it.
Well, nobody in this movie
I
is
just-
leaving a
just-
sleeping dick live.
Google it in front of your family on a massive TV during,
Yeah.
during the Super Bowl
Yeah.
or during Thanksgiving.
No,
Just Google it.
I don't want to.
And then,
Okay.
then
So-
you get a coupon for the big beef. 15% off this November.
That's a pretty good deal.
Bring your family.
2 for 1 if the Rockies win. Right?
Complimentary.
2 for 1 of the big beef.
complimentary bucket of gravy.
You know, that's what's happening in this cabin
Well,
right
Speaking
now.
of gravy,
I think this being this deep into this podcast of this episode, the only thing I could have really asked for Lamar is, did someone say what? "Quote unquote" Joey Gladstone, Full House. Thank you.
We're
Peace
bringing
out.
back the Full House.
I'm not going to engage because I don't want to talk about Full House again.
You don't want Dave Coulier.
I don't know who that is. I don't know what you're talking about.
Mike is just
He denies
trying
it
to-
all.
he's taking his chair.
Well,
moving.
the crazy thing is, Mike's on a one of those programs online where you get clothes by the month, and he joined Dave Coulier's Sock of the Month program. So this guy's deep into Dave Coulier and Dave Coulier accessories. So
I don't know where to go with that. Honestly, I'm sorry. I don't.
I said I wasn't going to engage, and I'm not. I'm standing by that.
How are you gonna plow through
There you go.
this?
That's a man that's standing.
The gang's all here.
Just biding my time until I go to
Candace
the Amish
Cameron
podcast.
Burr.
Oh my God in heaven.
Jeremy, there is no God anymore.
That's true.
Only
God.
That's right. There
Only
is no
family.
No guy here, just Bob Saget.
Oh God.
Bob Saget.
Yeah. So to rein us back to this movie, there's some fucking going on.
Yeah, a lot of fucking.
And Sam and Jen are sitting on the couch,
Not with Sam and Jen.
No.
listening to it. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's correct.
yeah.
Yeah, Jen's like, I'm listening to all this sex, and this is making me angry. And Sam's like, it's not really what it seems, baby. She's like, look at this picture, a-hole. It's you making out with someone. I just can't see that someone's face. This was at a party a few days ago, so go to hell. He's like, but baby, you don't understand. Let's talk about it. So let's get in this corner. And she's like, well, your smooth talking, won me over. So let's make out a little bit. He's like, oh, I missed you so much. And then just knees him right in the nuts. And she's like, go to hell. I was like, oh, cool. I like Jen.
I
Yeah,
switched
no,
over to
she's-
Team Jen on this
she's doing
one.
okay.
You switched
Yeah.
a lot
For
of
the
teams.
listeners, Paul and Colin just acted out that scene. So
It's
Yeah.
true. I'm in pain.
That got pretty hot in the corner, guys. Jesus.
Well, if we're gonna be real about podcasting, and it's not pelt on pelt, then I don't know what we're here for.
If it's not belt on belt, Paul ain't down.
Yeah. So
Oh,
go,
man.
go to hell. God damn it.
Mike is filling out that transfer paperwork
Yeah.
as we speak.
I'm expediting this. I'm paying the extra.
Oh wait, Coulier Socks over here? Yeah, I bet Coulier Socks is filling out the paper.
But here we go. This is why we've been watching this movie for 20 minutes. Because we finally get our first sniff of...
Do you want to rephrase that, or are you going to lean into that?
Sticking with it.
Wow.
Of Zombeaver.
God.
Okay, yeah, good.
Yeah.
We do. We do get our first sniff of beaver, but it's not a normal beaver,
No.
according to whoever said that.
Whataburger?
All right. This movie's ability
How
to
did the
not
beaver get in
say
the
it
bathtub?
is impressive.
It kind of did.
I
It
think they did
alluded
once.
to it, and
Yeah.
they didn't see it officially. He, I think, just uttered the words "zombie beaver,"
Yeah, I
which
think
is
so. I
close
think
enough for me.
Yeah, it's later on. So yeah, basically Jen's really pissed off in all of this, goes to the bathroom, and all of a sudden hears a tussle. And then boom, there's a zombie beaver in the bathtub, freaking the hell out. And Tommy, who is dating Mary, kind of leads the way. He's like, oh my God, like what's going on? He gets all the guys and he basically says like, we got to go check this out. And I do like kind of the twists and turns, to be honest, in this moment. Even though this movie's more dark comedy than anything, there's kind of a couple fun jumps here. And, of course, the Zombeaver is gone. And they're like, oh, my God. And everyone's like, whoa, I'm so drunk, Jen. Like, you seeing things, you stupid idiot. And that's mainly Buck, who's a bozo. He's the one dating Zoe. And he's like, oh my God, I don't know. And then boom, there's a Zombeaver. And he is on the floor. Like, he's like, oh my God, there's a Zombeaver. And it's scratching the crap out of him.
Yeah.
And he kind of tussles away. And they're like, oh my God. Tommy takes a baseball bat and just beats the shit out of this thing. I mean, I gotta say, like, honestly, Tommy, so for guys, I am Team Tommy, and the ladies, I'm Team Zoe. Tommy is like kind of a stand-up dude. He takes that bat repeatedly. He's like, oh my God, it's not dead. And it's boom, boom, boom. And then I honestly bought his act. In a look of disgust, I even told these guys, he's like, what? Can someone just get a trash bag? And I'm like, yeah, just get a trash bag. Like, that dude just beat a beaver to death with a baseball bat repeatedly. Just like, get that guy a trash bag. Like, no questions asked. Like, get the guy a trash bag. And then they try to rationalize it, and Tommy does make some sense. He's like, I'm pretty sure this is, probably rabies. This is what a rabid beaver would look like. And they're like, do you think so, Tommy? He's like, I don't know. I've never seen a beaver, but like that. So I'm like, I'm buying everything Tommy's saying at this. He's like the most rational dude.
Yeah.
Zoe doesn't like anyone, and this place sucks. She's selling it to me. Tommy's like, oh my God, I'm a little messed up, guys. I just beat a zombie beaver.
Yeah. Well, he did a good job.
He did.
Yeah, and they
did.
They bundle it up. They throw it outside, and then they decide to go swimming the next morning. Like nothing happened.
That would have been. Yeah, so I would have been out of there, dude.
Yeah, no, I would have left. When you beat a beaver to death, the vacation's over.
Oh, come on.
Especially beaver that as they're beating it, it just keeps moving and moving and moving and moving and never stops moving.
You already beat to death one zombie beaver. What are the chances that there will be a second?
So that was going to be my question to all of you. Jeremy, you're a family man. Like, how rugged are you and your family? Let's just say you find like a...
I mean, I feel like I could survive for a few days.
Well, no.
Wilderness.
Like not Zombeaver, but like you and your family rent out a cabin. It looks like this. It's a little questionable. There's one bathroom. Night one, crazy what you think rabid beaver, and you have to like take it down. Are you and your family?
Yeah, we're out.
Okay.
We're done.
Okay. I too would be out. Like we're
like as I'm beating that beaver to death,
call
Amy
and
is
get a
like
refund.
packing shit up into the van. Yeah. It's gone. We're out.
Jeremy, should I get the stew?
Warm up the Prius, sweet cheeks. We're getting out of here.
And they are 4 hours away from anything.
4 hours away, yeah.
Which is that a long way for a Prius? Can Priuses do that in 2014?
Yeah, they're not. They're
think
it's
so,
a hybrid.
man.
They put
Yeah,
gas in.
they're supposed to go like 600 miles or something.
Oh wait, super.
I don't understand what he means. He said like, "Oh, it's a Prius. You got to finesse it when you start the thing." That doesn't make any sense.
Jeremy,
Just press a button.
No, Jeremy, you know.
Oh yeah.
I told Lamar and Mike, I did actually just the quick Google research to find the answer to this, like which you should when we do these podcasts. But you guys were inquiring about Cluedo, like why is it called Cluedo? The answer is the dough, like the Cluedo, is Latin for I play. So the initial game was titled like Clue I Play, and then they just dropped it because they were like it's just going to sell better as Clue. But I guess that was the original like trademark and patent for the game, and then they just switched it over.
Yeah, that's good because Clue doesn't suck, and Cluedo is a stupid name.
Yeah.
Yes.
Clue I play.
Play.
It was fucking Yoda making this thing.
Monopoly.
This is what Mike whispers to his significant other late into the night. Clue I play.
So wait,
Oh my God, it's 2 a.m.
is Play-Doh I play?
Probably.
God damn it.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with dough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably just a guy named Sam.
it was originally
Little
called Play-Doh dough.
Putty.
Yeah.
Putty boy. My name's Sam. I'm a big putty boy. Sam Doe.
Okay. Fuck.
Well, the beaver's dead. They're going swimming.
Yeah, going swimming.
This just escalates quickly.
Well, a few of them are in the water splashing around. Buck's wearing his fucking winter hat in the water, which really pissed me off.
And so basically there's like a floating wooden
they're on
raft.
like a pier.
Yeah,
Listen, you got to wear all the protection you can muster when you get into that water.
Yeah, they're saying it's a raft, but it's basically a floating wooden pier, and it's Mary and it's Sam talking, and they quickly highlight that it's them in the photo. Whoa, twist!
Oh.
That girl we didn't know who was making out with Sam, that's Mary. And she's not really too concerned about it. She's like, I don't know, what's going on? She needs to learn. She needs to live. She needs to see the bright lights. The fancy stars.
And she starts talking like Jack Palance.
Hey, buddy.
She's got to learn.
And Sam's outwardly flirting. Tommy sees like this to a touch. And they're trying to get Jen to come in. And Jen's like, I'll get in. And then Jen feels something in the water. She's like, that crazy beaver. Like, could it be that crazy beaver? Oh, it's that crazy beaver and that crazy beaver's friends. And they just start attacking. Move one, they bite off
Buck's.
Yeah, Buck's foot.
Yeah.
Right off.
Completely off.
Yeah.
I have a lot of questions that's going to come up within the next couple of minutes about this movie.
Okay.
Like,
They're called Boeschkins if they're beaver questions.
I want to know who was did somebody take responsibility of this son of a bitch's foot? Because they have this thing.
Yeah, no, they're
later
carrying
on
If
in the
it
movie.
floats to the
They have
top,
kept it.
he's holding it.
Yeah. Zoe has
Who
it.
is holding it?
He is
He
for a
was,
bit.
yeah.
Buck is just keeping
Yeah.
track of his own severed.
Yeah, he's
I
holding-
guess it's his
Wouldn't you? I
responsibility.
would've,
But
yeah.
damn, that's a fucking job. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what.
Yeah.
You wear it as a necklace, a keepsake.
Okay.
Yeah.
A brooch.
I desire tiny popcorn
Now,
necklaces.
keep in mind, Buck is holding his own foot,
Uh-huh.
and think of the things that are going to happen now, and he maintains that foot.
Yes.
Like it never leaves his possession.
He's a champion.
Yeah.
Would you let go of your foot?
I would have kept it.
I would have kept it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I would have fucking. I don't know,
Jeremy's
man. I
just
think I
chucking
would
that
have
thing
like
as-
sacked.
He's far away.
I would have sacrificed myself. I've already lost a foot. I'm
I don't
just
wanna
gonna throw
live
myself.
anymore.
in
Their
the
whole
water.
thinking was that they
Get
were
you out
going
of
to
there.
reattach
I would have
it,
rather, yeah.
like an appendage, like a finger.
Yeah, they're
Big beef.
big beef. They're going to put it on ice, wait for the big beef.
Yeah. And everything's going to be fine.
So they're
big
in
beef's
the
gonna
Arby's
solve all.
cooler.
Yeah, right in the Arby's cooler. So they're hanging out on the pier, freaking out.
Pier 1 imports.
Yeah, they're hanging out at Pier 1 Imports, looking at like little wooden elephants.
Throw
or whatever.
pillows.
Yeah.
If we could get enough throw pillows, we could stuff them in the mouth
Make
of
a
those
bridge.
beavers.
That's
Yes.
how you defeat beavers, with pillows.
A bridge to Terabithia.
Oh.
What?
Well, if they had a bridge to Terabithia, they could have gotten off this fucking pier.
That's true.
But they
In
didn't.
their minds.
Yeah, with their mind grapes.
I just robbed your mind.
Oh, shit.
Did you say mind grapes?
Yeah.
Gotta let them jingle a little bit.
Was there a hang glider? You're gonna see a hang glider.
Just robbed your mind, Jeremy.
You did, man. You guys are robbing a lot more than that with this episode, I'll tell you.
I told you that guy reminds me of Jeremy, right? Yeah.
The beanie guy?
No, the thing that no one knows what the fuck Paul and I are talking about.
Mind thief.
Yeah. The what's her name breakup, who was wearing a bathing suit and a
Beth.
denim jacket as
She's
one
out.
does. Yeah, she just fucking goes back to the house.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she just fucking gets right out.
But
of
you
there.
know what? It is a smart move.
I-
because
no,
she's
I-
like, oh, I know there's a landline in the
I would have
house.
left
I'm
them
gonna
bitches
call
on that
her.
raft
Yeah.
too. Fuck them.
Oh, yeah. After the landline, I would have just got in the car and be like, I will bring back help now.
Yeah.
But again, we're missing the point. She was gonna swim in a jean jacket, and
Yeah.
I can't get over that.
No.
There are 1,000 times these motherfuckers could have gotten in one of those two cars and fucking left,
Yeah.
dude.
We never even saw the other car, I don't think.
Well, there had to be another car.
Or
Did
the
we see
one
them
that
both?
the boys drove.
Yeah.
on.
Well,
Yeah.
they got here
I
somehow.
don't think Uber existed yet.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah, there's
guessing where
multiple
the other car
cars.
was.
Did we ever see
Yeah.
the boys' car?
Why didn't
No.
they? Yeah. What happened to their car?
They just
Was it
crept
mentioned?
up in
What
the
did
middle of
it?
the
Yeah,
night.
you never do see it.
Yeah, they just crept up
they-
in the middle of the night and surprised the girls.
They parked down the street.
They parked-
and then we
yeah, that's
never-
exactly what
and we
happened.
just
Did
never
they
seen
take
it.
like Paul? Did they take hang gliders in?
They might have.
Could have, should have.
Yeah.
Well, so back in the house, the landline, the beavers have severed the landline.
Hello, Beaver Incorporated. How may I dial you in?
Wanted to mention one thing while they're on the raft, the sacrifice of the dog,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they, you know,
so they can swim back.
they
So
see
they're
that
trapped on
she's
the-
gone,
yeah.
and they're like, "We got to get off this raft," and they just
They throw
the dog.
They chuck that fucking dog in there.
Zoe's dog, and And it is a diversion. So Sam's like, I'm going to make a diversion, throws the dog, and all the zombeavers go for it.
For the entirety of the time that it could have been a diversion, they're arguing about it.
That is correct.
After the dog is dead, they're like, okay, let's get in the
Like,
water.
we got to get out of here. And they pick up Buck. I would have left that motherfucker
Buck
just
in a
sitting there
truck.
on the dock.
Yep.
Well, they
Yeah,
make,
they pick him up. I guess he still has his foot, and they carry him
Yeah.
to shore.
they make it.
You know?
They make it back to the house. Is it Beth?
It's Bleth.
Bleth? Bleth is back there.
The laughing.
Bleth. She's back. She's killed the beaver or who? Fuck.
Who's
Exactly.
I don't know anyone's name. You guys ever listen to this podcast?
Jen has blonde hair. She's the one inside.
Okay, Breakup is inside. She's killed the beaver that attacked her, sort of.
Which
maybe.
is trying to like go for her crotch.
It was beaver after beaver.
Beaver after beaver.
I have a note about that.
Yeah, beaver to beaver. And they're all like, oh, fuck. Now the fuck what? No, okay.
Yeah, they're just planning.
Yeah. They're like, we got to get out of here.
Heyman.
I guess they plan for the drive Buck to hospital.
Well, yeah, so they break up into groups. So
there we go.
Tommy's like, yeah, this guy's gonna bleed out. Like he's probably not gonna survive the night. So Zoe's like, I'm gonna go with you. We'll take Buck, and he's like, I'm gonna get into the a truck or whatever, a car. We'll drive
Prius.
off.
The Prius.
They
You
take
got
the
to
Prius.
finesse it.
Yeah,
You got to finesse it.
and then we'll drive to the hospital.
Well, what happens before all this, when they're sitting around talking about what to do, is they're arguing a bit, and the infidelity comes to light. And everyone's very unhappy about this.
Oh, Mrs. Fleur Wussels.
Except for Jen. Jen, she's just like, dude, we're going to fucking die by zombies.
Jen doesn't. Wait, which one
care.
is Jen the nerdy one or the?
Yeah,
okay.
Jen's the
Jen is the one
blonde.
cheated
Oh,
on.
okay.
Yeah, she's the-
Sam.
Yeah. But she doesn't care. She's just like, I want to get out of
Right.
here. Let's go.
Jen. So again, I am still on Team Zoe, but Jen is the level-headed one. Like, who the hell cares about any of this? Like,
Right.
we're gonna
Like, we
die.
gotta-
But I'm still on Team Zoe because Zoe's like, all right, let's go to the hospital. Like, I want to be with my boyfriend.
Yeah.
I will help Tommy get him into the car. Let's do this. So they break into groups. So let's go with that group because this is like things are
Yeah,
simultaneous.
things are happening.
So
I'm on Team Beaver.
Yes.
Yeah,
we-
I'm rooting for the Beavers.
We know.
By the way, they find out that these beavers are zombies as they're trying to kill this one on a table for multiple times. They're like stabbing it, just trying to, and it's just keep coming back to life.
Stabitha Christie.
Yeah. Also, in this entire time, no one ever stabs it in the head.
No, they did.
Well, eventually they did.
And it didn't matter.
It did matter eventually when they did, because
No.
they took its head off.
It came back.
Not when its head was gone.
Yes, it did.
Did it?
Well,
Yeah.
sometimes they come back.
You bury that in the woods
sometimes
over
it's
there.
not.
Sometimes things come back, y'all.
Yeah. These zombeavers do not follow traditional zombie rules or beaver rules.
What are
Well,
what
I
are
think we'll
beaver
get to that a
rules?
little bit later too.
you don't know,
because
you
there
don't
are
wanna know.
some, you know,
Pelt-
there are some
pelt on
viral
pelt.
transferability questions that I have
Yeah.
that we'll bring up later down the road.
Viral. Okay, so this is going to get into a
viral pelting. Like
Yeah.
like Mrs. Doubtfire. It was a drive-by pelting.
So one at some I don't we may have it doesn't fucking matter because it's an inconsequential scene. The neighbor, Mrs.
You could say Patch Adams now.
Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Gregerson.
Gregerson is talking to her husband, and they hear noise from the cabin. Like, what the fuck are they doing? She's like, they're probably just fucking scissoring to Lady Gaga or whatever.
Yeah, that is the best line
Yeah.
ever.
I mean, that's what they wanted to be doing, but the zombie.
Well, and she's like, you need to go over there and talk to him. He's like, you want me to go over there and talk to 3 college girls? Because I ain't coming back if I do.
I like the way he laughs
she's
and
like,
she just
"All
walks off.
Yeah,
Pelt on pelt.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so
It's like,
okay, back to the split off. So we've got Zoe, Buck, and the smart guy Tommy
Yeah.
in the Prius.
Yeah.
After they finesse it to get it going.
And much like a beaver dam, there's a tree down and
Yeah.
it is blocking
Now-
the road.
this tree, I feel like a couple of people could have moved this tree.
I also
Or you could have
noted
driven over it or around it.
around it, there's like
Yeah.
7 feet. Like your car might have tilted up a little bit, but like drive a little slowly.
I
and
would
you
have
could got-
tried.
You couldn't got
Yeah.
yes.
It's like
yeah, they just give up. They're like, well, we can't get through here. Like this branch is laying across the road, and it is our nemesis.
But Tommy's like, I'm going to go on foot. I'm doing it.
Well, they see a truck. It turns out to be Smythe's truck.
He's Van Pelting it.
He's out Van Pelting it somewhere. But there's an axe and some guns in the back. And they're like, well, we'll just fucking
help ourselves.
Take this.
Big beef.
Big beef in it. So he's like, yeah, I'm going to go on. You turn the car around. That plan is short-lived because a beaver chops another tree down right onto his fucking face.
Uh-huh.
It was a real, it was a real,
And then she went,
it was a real tube steak move.
yeah, that's what that's called. When when a tree falls on your face, it's called getting tube staked.
And do you hear a sound? Does anyone hear a sound?
And no one was there, so the answer is no.
Yeah.
If a tree falls in the woods and it lands on your face, does it make a sound?
Well,
It does.
It does. It's like,
in the books, it's called Tube Steaks Quandary. So look that up.
All right.
yeah. That was the
we
sequel
run
to
into
the Prophet,
cliffhanger
I
again?
think.
Come on, goddammit.
Yeah, Smith
Yeah.
comes back.
Smithy comes back.
I'm Smith with a Y. Why? Smith.
Why? Yeah. Then he breaks into a chorus of Miami. Anyway, so he's trying to help. He's shooting some beavers.
Told you not to fuck with the beavers.
Yeah. Well, that's what you do. Though. They go back. They make
Yeah.
yeah. They make it back to the fucking cabin, but all the doors are nailed shut, and they're like, we can't. The doors are nailed shut. You can't come in.
They got to break on through. Like
Yeah.
the doors.
To the other side.
Oh.
There's no time for that, so they just run to the neighbor's house. Mrs.
Gregerson.
Gregerson. They're all dead.
Oh, they dead. Mike.
I tell you, man, they did.
Mike, what would you say about these two people?
They're not getting up from that.
Oh,
What? Oh my god.
That's. I know this is not a visual medium, listeners.
You guys are missing out.
But there is a hand gesture that goes along with that saying. I apologize that you've never seen it.
See you one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with the intense demand that we get, I'm sure we'll do a live one of these soon for somebody. And then
for like a bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
Like people invite.
yeah.
And they're like, can you podcast for us?
Yeah. It's like how Hot Rod makes money. We're gonna go like children's birthday parties and shit.
I'm gonna quote John Ralphio from Parks and Rec. I hope you brought a tissue because your eyes are about to piss tears.
Yeah. For several
This
reasons.
podcast is making me piss tears.
This podcast is making me thirsty.
Yeah. Like a Wookiee at a lake.
I do like Smith's reaction when he finds the old lady dead. He opens the door, looks at the bloody old woman on the bed, motionless, slowly closes the door like, oh my God, I can't even remember what he said.
I know exactly what he said. He looks in and he goes, God damn, am I getting fatter? I mean, flatted. I'm sorry.
Jesus
No.
fucking Christ.
What does he say? Not yet,
You
man.
didn't say a clumps reference.
I forget what he said now.
We fucked that up.
Yeah.
This is Pluto Nash. No, he's like, well, okay then.
Yeah,
that was
there
like
you
pretty
go.
much
He
it.
just closes the door.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
So this is where things take a real gnarly turn.
Yeah. Laces out.
Buck, laces out indeed. Buck, who was sitting on the couch with his foot in a bag of ice, he turns into a zombeaver.
Oh man, yeah, he is just not having it.
No.
Kind of simultaneously in Team 1, we got Beth who goes Zom kind of bunny beaver.
And
Yeah.
and when Mike says that he turns into a zombeaver, he gets beaver teeth
Yeah.
and becomes a
Well,
Correct.
Well, we
Yeah.
kind of forgot well, because Buck turns into a zombeaver and then Smith then turns into a zombeaver. Oh, look! they're
I
coming.
thought Smith
End of
just
the
got
world.
shot in the
Coming for
head.
us. Well,
He did.
Like
but
as Buck was biting him.
Well,
like they were shooting around and whatnot.
Buckshot.
well, yeah. What's her name? Zoe is. I think she's trying to shoot Buck, maybe,
Yeah.
but she's not.
No.
No, she basically she
She's not
shoots.
experienced with
She
small
shoots
arms
Smithy
fire.
in the face.
yeah.
Buckeye.
Which is kind of mercy kill, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it probably worked out better for him in the long run.
I mean, he
or
was
in the
back.
Yeah.
in the short
In
run.
the short run.
She runs out of bullets, runs upstairs, and pulls a Spookies
She does.
and just jumps out the fucking window.
Boom! Out the window.
I told you I was on Team Zoe from the beginning.
Yeah, that's the Hail
Like,
Mary.
again, outside of that first 10
That is
minutes,
the
and it's a
Hail
little
Mary.
rough. When she gets to that cabin, I'm Team Zoe. And she's like, hell no, and just dives right out of a window through glass, and it's where she
There would
goes
have had
unconscious.
to be some type of injury with a fall like that.
Well,
No,
she
some degree of
she
injury.
looked a little worse
No.
for wear.
She hurt her ankle a
Yeah,
little bit.
come on.
She's a little bloody.
Yeah.
You still on Team Zoe here at this time, Paul?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just swan dives out of a.
What else was she supposed to do? There's one minuscule chance of survival.
Mm-hmm.
She took it.
Yeah.
It's crazy she didn't like lock herself in a bathroom and look down
She
or do anything.
knew
She
that
just
was
fucking
that
went
was
for
just
it.
gonna buy her 4 minutes.
Yeah.
She knew those little beaver teeth are gonna, gnaw their way through walls.
Yeah. Well,
They can come up through floors and fucking rafts and
yeah, they're beavers. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
they tunnel,
Yeah, they tunnel,
Pelt.
pelt,
build lodges.
shoot through wood. Well,
In Beaver society, we demand retribution. Pelts on pelts.
oh no, not the gauntlet of peltings.
Principal Pelterstein, is he calling Colin back in?
Yeah,
Principal Pelterstein, Colin, please come report to Principal Pelterstein.
Oh, not again.
as narrated by Usher.
Hey y'all!
Hey y'all,
There's a Pelton.
Pelton. Okay.
That's never get
This
over
episode's going to give people seizures.
Yeah, no, this is. Thank you for listening to the last episode of Rabbit.
Watch
Trip
it with a strobe light and the introduction to Pokemon, just
Yeah.
like they did in Japan.
Yeah, but we're gonna give people seizures. Apple's gonna pull us off the platform. But Apple, we don't even need you. It's all YouTube now.
It's all Snapple.
It's all in the tubes. It's all ball bearings.
It
These
is.
guys.
Raspberry Snapple.
You guys know that.
I'll tell you what we do. We make a fucking episode with so that people can see us on those goggles that they've made, those $3,500 glasses.
Lord.
You know,
What?
I don't know how that would work. Mike would probably have to get involved in that.
Pronounced Graggles.
The Snapple goggles.
Oh,
the
raspberry
Apple
flavored?
Visions.
Oh, the apples. Yeah,
Canadian
Apple Vision.
dry?
Yeah, we could do
What are
a
you into?
podcast in Apple
Raspberry
Vision.
flavor?
Canadian dry. Show a pee. Anyone? Okay. No one's seen that clip. Okay.
I have not.
No.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you about it. When
That's
you're
crazy.
older. Okay, so at the same time that this is all happening, back in the original house, Breakup and the cheater, whatever the fuck his name is, Sam. They're like, whatever. They're doing whatever.
Aren't they banging now?
Well,
in like a
they go
bathroom
into a
somewhere?
bathroom, and I'm just gonna abridge this.
What?
It's so stupid. They're like,
Yeah.
you got to make sure, like, take off your clothes, like, and that's what she's telling.
Yeah, they're
Mary's
looking for
telling,
bites.
Telling Sam, are there bites? You could be contagious, and there's something to this. And he's like, you've got to do the same. And then they start making out, and Beth, who is a zombeaver bunny,
Yeah.
burrows her way through a wall.
Beth or Jen?
It's Jen.
Oh, Jen, sorry.
Mike,
Yeah.
Mike called her
Mike
Beth
started
once,
Beth,
and then
yeah.
Paul picked it up.
Yeah, you're running with the Beth
Dan,
thing.
Dan and Mike. Jen, sorry.
Or Bethany.
Or
if you
Bleth.
Don't ask me to do
want.
that.
Also
Jen,
Beth.
Jess.
Jen Bun, she gnaws her way through this wall and then bites the wang off
through the
of
floor.
Sam.
She comes
Yeah.
up to the
Yeah,
floor
she-
and bites the cockles.
She bites his dick right off.
Yeah.
Well, so she turned into a zombeaver. Before she zombieved, she came in to what's her name's room?
Mary.
Who?
Mary.
Mary. She came into Mary's room and was trying to regular beeve.
Yeah, weren't they like trying to make out or something?
Yeah, they were going to scissor.
Yeah.
I thought
But-
this was a dream.
Yeah, I also thought it was a dream.
No,
for
but
her.
it wasn't. It was.
They heard that fucking
Yeah,
Lady
but
Gaga song.
Yeah, they were like, we
locked
got
her
to
in.
fucking scissor right now.
They locked her in, but now she's back, and yeah.
And then she turned into a zombie
And
right on top of her.
as soon as Sam gets the bits bitten off, he's like, "Oh my!" No, he's super dead. He's dead. He's not.
There goes the town cranberry.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Mary runs off. Mary is able to get to the neighbors, the Gregersons. Everyone's dead. Mary's freaking out.
Yeah.
But Zoe crashes through the house in a truck and is like, "Get in." They have Smith's truck, and she's like, "We're just gonna get out of here." They're friends forever, and basically they drive to the tree where it goes to, where it was broken down, where Tommy died. Tommy has turned into a zombeaver, and she's like, "Don't really look at this. It's all cool." And basically, Mary flips the script. She's like, she pulls out a gun. She's like, "You're gonna turn into a zombeaver. You're all cut up. Like, oh my god, you're a total mess."
Bitch, I jumped out a window.
Right, and Zoe's like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about? Like, I jumped out a window, I'm super cut up, I fought all these things, I am not cut. And then she throws out some nice logic. She's like, you can't kill me until I turn. And until I turn, if you kill me before that, you're just nothing but a murderer, because I'm telling you, I'm not bit. And then Mary turns into a zombeaver, and Zoe kills her. Mm-hmm. That's how you do it.
Yeah, with an axe.
Yeah.
She had the axe.
There was a splitting
fucking-
headache.
Like Leatherface and fucking
Oh,
whatever the hell that movie
It
was.
really chapped her chaps.
It did do that.
Is that it? Is that the end of the movie?
No,
Well,
because then Zoe's like, I'm going to get out of here. For some reason, she drops the axe. I would never drop the axe that she has. I'd
Bad
have to-
move. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really do anything to her fortune of what's about to happen. We then get a full circle back to Bill Burr and John Mayer driving.
Hey, you see that girl in front of you?
Yeah, much like they killed the deer. Like, do you see that girl in front of you?
Yeah, I saw her.
Yeah, and
you
then
know what?
they-
I trust you.
They run into her. She explodes. That's the end of the movie, and we get a little bit of a blooper reel. Big beef.
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
blooper reels have
That's
some
raw
of the
beef.
outtakes that re-emphasize that John Mayer and Bill Burr back and forth was probably just all just them
Unscripted.
unscripted,
Yeah,
just
for
sticking
You
around.
talking about Mayday?
Talking about the Mayday and the Bill Day.
Before we get to our final reviews on Zombeavers 2014, as always, feel free to reach out to us, rabbittroopsuckspodcast@gmail.com. If there's anything interesting you'd like to let us know, if you have been listening, thank you so much. Tell your friends about us. Feel free to give us a 5 out of 5 star rating. Just let us know that you're listening or you want to say something. Reach out to us directly, rabbittroopsucks.com. We have a webpage, we have links, various other things, links to merchandise. We are on everywhere podcasts are available: YouTube, Apple, Spotify, anywhere you could think of, and our website proper, and we are on Instagram and Facebook. How did everyone like Zombeavers 2014? Jeremy, Big Beef!
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
start us off.
Dude. Yeah, this movie was the best hour and 12 minutes that you can invest in, dude. Like, it's the most efficient use of your time for a movie. All the fucking entertainment's there. You've got hot girls. If you're into hot guys, you can do that. They're in there. Fucking comedy, violence, bloodshed. Boom. Hour and 12 minutes. You're in, you're out. Great movie. I can't, I have no bad things to say about this movie whatsoever.
Pelt on
Jeez,
pelt.
you are fucking
Pelts
stoned.
on pelts.
Lamar, what do you think about Zombeavers?
Yeah, fuck this movie. It was fun watching with you boys, but fuck this movie, honestly. Fuck all these characters. There's a point in time where I'm like, I'm on Team Nobody.
What about Bill Burr? Were you on his team?
I told you I
Yes,
was a
actually, yes.
He's a
Bill
fucking
Burr
menace.
win me every time. He's in the movie for 1 minute, the first and last scenes, but he's sold this movie. Nah, this movie.
How do you think that conversation with Bill Burr went?
It went? I got $100,000 for you to do this 1 minute of driving with John Mayer, and we can just do this thing and bang it out. He's like, okay, and they did.
There you
They
go.
just filmed it like that. It was fun watching with you boys. It wasn't even 90 minutes. It was less than that. It
Oh, it's
breezed
super
by.
short.
It kind of felt a little long in sometimes because I was just waiting for the Zombeavers to get there. It took way too long to get these Zombeavers going, guys. Fuck. Half of this
Dude,
movie I
Lamar,
wasn't
they
liking.
gave you a little hoochie short, then they introduced like a slight boob.
You know what? I would have liked
Lamar-
to see some more
Slight
titties. I want more titties. If you're gonna bring just not one pair, just come on. Why didn't anyone else?
Hey, I agree with you, Lamar.
Lamar was texting me,
Why one pair?
leave it to Beaver puns the entire time.
Surprisingly, not as many beaver puns as I thought there was going to be in this movie.
Yeah.
Lamar was like, I would be Jerry Mathers in this scene.
Just watch it one time with friends, and it is what it is. If you like it, that's great. If not, no one hates you. You had fun watching with your friends.
Lamar, who in this movie would be Ward?
It's the father of this
father.
Mary that we never seen that they were crushing on. They're like, oh, I want to be with your dad.
Oh, Hot Dad?
The hot dad.
Hot Dad would be Ward?
Hot
Ward's
dad
here,
is
right?
Ward. But unfortunately, you don't see him. So it's got to be Smith.
Oh, real turn of events. Smythe.
You got to have a father figure, and that would be Smith. That's what he's
Smythe.
all about.
Town crier, Smythe.
Smythe edges out Hot Dad.
Fuck this movie.
God damn it.
Colin Will you back me up on this? Fuck this movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank
Even
you.
so,
I see
Tired
one
of
of
all
those.
these titties and
Like,
beavers, God damn it.
You can like this movie and all, but
Yeah.
in the end of the day, I'm walking away from it.
So, like, I think probably of this group, I am probably the easiest laugh. And they tried so hard with so many lines that were just awful that even I, who laughs at everything, was just like, that was fucking stupid.
I'm the only one.
The only thing I did like about this is how cheesy so much of the puppetry was. I was as soon as they showed the zombies and it was like so clearly some like hands in a beaver puppet, or I was pretty much all in, and on the puppetry part, that was what made this amazing.
At least they joke with themselves in the outtakes. He's like, my hand.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
But yeah, no, it's like terrible in every single way, which I think is why this probably is starting to build up a cult following. But it's, badly written. It's like inconsistent. I think Tommy was by far the best actor. But I'm maybe a little biased to him as an actor anyway, because he's in a bunch of other things that I like. The dog was super good. Gosling.
Another good dog performance. In the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Woof woof.
There you go.
Woof. A lot of unanswered questions, like why did the beaver cross the road?
That's true. They
We
never-
never-
they
Right?
We never
never-
found
Was never
out.
figured out.
So
Never get that.
yeah, that's,
There you go.
it's gonna be a
Damn
no for
shame.
me, dog. What about you?
I'm on the fence. I agree with one of Colin's biggest notes was how I was going to offend all the things I like. Everything to do with the beavers themselves, amazing. That's the real comedic like mix of horror. Like before they even turn to zombeavers, they're just like chilling out on their little dam. Looks so nice.
Oh, damn.
They're like little Ewoks.
It's a lodge.
Damn.
I would have taken more of that actually.
Yeah.
Just build up to the zombie beavers.
Oh, like a little community.
Let's see them normal before.
When their kid comes home from school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. There's a lot of fun scenes throughout. The real thing that I think the movie ties together is a condensed story in an hour and 17 minutes. It's like in, out, boom, boom. Take out the credits. This movie is like an hour
Yeah.
and like 7 minutes.
12
long.
minutes.
Like, right. Like, there's nothing to it. So, watching with a bunch of friends, I think is a lot of fun. Is the story or is the acting good? No. Would I go back to this movie a ton? No. Would I watch it with these guys again? Absolutely. So yeah, I'm kind of on the fence, but overall I had fun. Mike, what are you thinking? Zombeavers.
I'm on Team Jeremy with this one. I love this movie.
Yeah.
So Paul, you and I saw this. I mean, a little over 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
I think once every 10 years is a good
Yeah,
a
yeah.
good cadence for this rewatch. Maybe I'd throw it in. 7 or 8. But yeah, this is fun. It's so stupid. Nothing about it is actually good, but
It's a fucking fantastic movie for like if you come home from the bars hammered
yeah.
with some buds, and you're like, we have like an hour before we pass out.
You're like, hey,
Let's
Chesley,
watch
wanna
Zombeavers, dude."
Chesley, wanna drink some zombies and watch Zombeavers? And Chesley's like, bruh,
Yeah.
you just robbed my mind.
That's the conversation that we had when we chose to do this.
It is.
Yeah.
Chasley was there, and
Yeah, all of us.
Chesley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Chazleton.
just it's fun. Like everyone seems like they're having a good time. It's pretty self-aware, but not like self-referential. I don't know. I think this movie's a lot of fun. I mean, it's stupid, but it's a lot of fun.
I'm actually surprised there's not a sequel to this movie. Like, I'm being totally serious.
Genuinely, yeah.
I mean, with all the movies we've
there
seen.
shouldn't be. This should stand alone.
Well,
With all the
just
movies
be
we've ever
Zombeavers.
seen, that you just go on some of these channels, you're like, oh my god, there's
Well,
like 7 parts.
I mean, all the characters are dead.
Right, just
So there's a whole new
whole new
there's
generation.
plenty of zombies.
All of the beavers.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
think of all the
Beavers and
beavers.
Bill Burr.
Yeah, Smith didn't kill them all. Bill Burr and John.
When you go
Mayer.
to bed tonight, think of all the beavers.
Bill
Mike.
Burr and the Beavers. Yeah.
dream of beavers tonight, listeners.
I think the director took a different turn too. To see his list of other movies, I told you about the drone movie that I don't know if that'll make an appearance on Rabbit
I
Troop
don't.
Sucks.
I don't want to watch the drone movie.
I caught it too. All of his movies have weird premises that intrigue me, but it's gonna end up like Zombeavers. Unfortunately, I feel
Yeah.
zombie beavers. It could be really fucking stupid, but hey,
But you hated this, and you want to watch the next
that
one?
watch with a friend.
Okay. I mean, I'm all right. I'm in.
I mean, this was kind of written like So like even though he's done a bunch of stuff before this did really feel like a amateur's first shot at doing a like college level movie.
It does.
So maybe Drone is where maybe he steps up his game.
It comes like 8 years later, so he improved.
Yeah.
It comes full circle and half a circle around again, but then a half a circle backwards.
Oh shit!
That's the kind of circle you're in.
Just blew my mind.
Well, hey everyone, Zombeavers. Next week, you know what we got? Moving. 1988. Lamar, are you excited about Moving? Richard Pryor. Lamar and I have seen this movie together several times.
I'm very excited.
Hell yeah.
Very
Great
excited.
movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
We totally recommend watching this movie, Moving, 1988. Richard Pryor. I would say definitely a overlooked gem of his. I think this movie is a lot of fun. I am absolutely looking forward to watching this one.
Absolutely. So am I.
I've never seen this.
Can't wait.
I'm looking forward to it too.
This is it's gonna be a great episode. I can't wait to watch it with you boys.
I hope Mike brings 3 pelts that day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Belts.
there you go.
How many?
Orange, is that hawk still bringing you dead rabbits
No.
in your backyard? No, you stop that.
Sometimes it takes the dead rabbits.
You just unsubscribe from that service.
Yeah. I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
Inflation, man. He raised his prices.
Yeah, that hawk, fucking greedy bastard.
I wonder if he's a listener.
He probably is.
I would not doubt it.
I would recommend the episode Hudson Hawk to him.
Hey, yeah.
I saw
There
him
you
with his AirPods the other day.
Nice. That's on brand for
Jim
that.
Cotto.
Yeah.
Jim Cotto,
Jim
too.
Cotton. The big ass hawk. That was an
Solar,
owl.
Solar Babies had some weird animals.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as always,
Yeah.
get your animals and Rabbit Troop sucks.
Rabbit Troops.
This may sound crazy,
Wah,
but we need to
wah.
have an orgy.
A safety
Hello.
orgy.
Safety orgy.